Ah, hello, Pete. Excellent. It's the first time I've ever done this, and I see that it works. Messages are coming up. 3 people watching. All right, cool. Just send me messages to let me know it works. I see it works now, but let me know. So that's the shack outside with the pallet doorstep. It's a little bit muddy down there. That's the trouble. And if I look around here, this will probably be a bit bright, but you can see the tower. Rob put the IOTA flag about halfway up next to the 6-metre beam, which is a little bit bent, but it points just down the valley. I don't think it points anywhere useful for us. And on the top 2 beams there, and then there's various wires and dipoles. There's a 30-metre dipole, a 80-metre sloper, a 40-metre sloper, but we're only really getting good conditions on the middle bands, about 20 metres, 30 and 17 metres. That's what's working well here. Somebody just said, where am I? On the island of Svalbard, north of Norway, and very well into the Arctic Circle. 24-hour daylight here at the moment. I'm assuming you can hear me as well. Can somebody just tell me if you can actually hear audio? First time I've tried it. Audio, yeah, great, thanks. All right. So no, it's not so cold actually. It would be in the winter, but it's about 7 or 8 degrees at the moment. I'm just here in a t-shirt. 24-hour daylight is a really weird thing. We landed at midnight and it was bright sunshine. Anyway, I'll just take you over to the shack and we'll go inside. So you can see we rented the shack from JW5E, and it comes with 2 bunk beds. Most of us, the 6 of us here, most of us are staying in hotels just up the road, but if we go into the shack now, hopefully it's light enough to see what's going on. I'll leave the door open. So we've got just inside a couple of bunk beds. Dom M0BLF is sleeping on the bottom one. The top one would be a bit cozy because there's an antenna just shoved in at the top there. We move around a little bit, nice bit of sofa and sitting around, and Lord Lucas, give me a shout. Hi. 14 people joined, excellent. Little kitchen area, and lots of luggage to fall over and things like that as well. We are north of Norway, so that's where all the coffee. There's no running water, that's the only thing that's missing here, because it's a shack sort of on the edge of the field. There is a toilet. Brief view of the toilet. It's an incinerating toilet, which is an interesting idea. So there's no running water at all, but an incinerating toilet. If we go into the shack here, we see there's Rob, and he's on CW on 17 metres at the moment. Hopefully we're not seeing very good conditions, but he's on 18071. If anybody there, hi Rob, says, oh Darren Storer's on. He's got his headphones back on again, so he didn't hear that, but hi Darren. And Dom's over here. He's doing CW on 20 metres at the minute, and we've got over here the other position. This one's on 30 metres at the moment. The band's a bit dead, but it came with the 1000 MP Mark 5, so 200 watts out of that. And then there's sort of a very good switching arrangement for all the antennas. Yeah, thanks for all the hearts, whoever's favouriting this, excellent stuff. There's Rob's Iridium GPS modem as well, not GPS, Iridium satellite modem as well, so he's been putting out APRS packets via that. And if we look out the window, you won't see much, but we're right on the edge of the field. You might just see the mountains coming up there. They're out of the fog today. There we go, so you can just see out there across the field, and there's quite a few ships coming. There's cruise ships and things that come in just in the distance. Sorry about our bits of coax hanging out of the window, but so there we go. Shack also comes equipped with lots of tools and bits of coax and bandpass filters. There's an 870 up there as well, so really quite well equipped, although we brought quite a bit of stuff with us. So those are the 2 guys still operating. The bands are really quite rough today, up here at least. So we got some. Dom's been doing all right on 20 metres. 17's a bit of a struggle, but we think it gets better towards the afternoon, so we'll be busier then. Okay, Pete, you still there? Anything else you want to see? Oh, what are we tracking? Okay, that's an interesting thing. So we're radio amateurs, and you can use something called APRS so that people can track where we are. So it sends out our GPS location, if you like. That's what that was about. There we go. So we're on Svalbard, north of Norway, a long way into the Arctic Circle, and 24-hour daylight at the moment. That's interesting, to say the least. You need some good curtains on the hotel room. Oh, there you go, Pete. Everything looks cool. Good stuff. All right. I'll tell you what I might do. I might just excuse the dodgy video while I just come back outside. So back up at that. Does that actually show very well, or is that too bright? I'm not sure, but the beams are pretty good. We haven't had that much luck with them. And where am I from? Well, we're all from the Cambridge part of England. I'm from a little bit further east, over near Ipswich. And where are we? We're on the Isle of Svalbard, S-V-A-L-B-A-R-D, north of Norway, very well up into the Arctic Circle. And so this is the view out of the back of the shack. There's a vertical up there as well. Well, it's almost vertical, but you get the idea. So that's 40 through to 6. But we get quite a bit of RF into the shack from that one. And what we've done for 20 metres is, you can just see over there, there's a vertical dipole. We found a post and we used it. Okay, you want to see the mountains again? Let's go back over to the mountains. There we go. So 24-hour daylight, but the fog comes in. We had bright sunshine the first 2 days, and then yesterday and today a bit of fog. But that's the view across the fjord. It's just a bit of an inlet, really. It's the way to describe it. And any living animals. You've got to look out for polar bears, and that's a serious comment. They don't come into the town very often, but there are plenty around. Why are you staying in the middle of nowhere? Yeah, it's a really good question, because radio amateurs like to come to strange places and talk to everybody they can. And this is a combination of radio and a holiday. It's an excellent place to come to. Hello from Bay Area, California. I think we've got different weather. We're up in the Arctic Circle. I think it's 78 degrees north, something like that. But the mountains are absolutely wonderful when the sun comes out, and just the fog on the fjord. There we go. Hello from Australia. Excellent. Hi. And Cancun, Mexico as well. Hi, I've got 20 people on. Wow. Okay, so amateur radio. We're just here contacting as many people as we can on the radio. We enjoy it. It's good fun. It is just like a Swedish summer. Yes, that's right. It's very nice. I think it was 7 or 8 degrees, something like that. But goes down to minus a lot in the winter. But there we go. We took a boat trip. 3 of us took a boat trip to Barentsburg yesterday, just along the coast. It's a Russian mining town. It's very, very different. Haven't seen any bears yet, apart from the one that's stuffed and on the wall in the hotel. Hi from Bournemouth. That's where I was born. Excellent. Hi. This place is Svalbard. S-V-A-L-B-A-R-D. An island quite a bit north of Norway. And I'm just looking at the mountains because they're the things that really catch my attention when I'm here, I have to say. There we go. Alright, so there's the ships. There was a really big cruise ship in yesterday. 15 degrees, and we're not in the Arctic Circle. It's just getting cold out here, I tell you. Yeah, love all the trees. Yeah, absolutely, none at all. Not a thing. What you have to look out for, just along there, there's a bit of ground, and there's Arctic terns nesting, and they do love to dive bomb your head. Yeah, cheers, Darren. Good stuff. You need to call us on air. Yeah, Arctic terns along there, and there's little signs warning you to protect your head if you go that way, because they love to peck the top of your head. And they were chasing seagulls this morning to get rid of them. Alright, so back down the side of the shed. You can see here it's just a row of sheds. Actually, how much can I show you there? If I turn back towards the shack we're in, there we go, you just see there's a window there and lots of aerials and stuff above it. And the usual coax hanging out the window. But you can see it's just a row of shacks here. I'm going to across the other side, right on the edge of the field. Excellent. Right, let's go back up here. Where the hell am I? Svalbard, the island of Svalbard, in the Arctic Circle, north of Norway. There's some pretty big buildings there. I'll tell you what, one of the guys here, Hugo, got some really good drone photographs of Rob when he was up the mast. So that's some excellent photo from video. Why are you talking on the radio? It's a hobby, all right? We do because we can. So we're licensed to talk on the radio, and it's almost like stamp collecting. A lot of people like to collect the different countries, so if we come here, people want to talk to us and we want to talk to them. No idea what the children's toys are doing out there, but it gets a bit musical. So there we go. No idea what that's about. But all the way through the town, which is up this way, all the way through the town, there's snowmobiles everywhere. So during the summer, of course, most of it's disappeared. It's just on the top of the mountains. Toys to keep VFC happy. Yeah, I think so. Although that's the mast to keep him happy. Please come to Dubai. Well, it'd be warmer than it is here at the moment, but it really is quite pleasant here, I have to say. It's not as cold as we thought. So I'm only going to walk just to the corner here because it is getting cold. Medium wave, AM or FM? Yeah, sort of. You could think long wave or medium wave really would be the way. There we go. So back down to the ships that way. That's where all the Arctic terns nest, across there. And then if I go around this way, excuse the shaking. And the hotels we're staying at are sort of up there in the town. It's almost like a little industrial estate on the edge of the field. Doesn't make it sound very glamorous, but if I look that way now, I'm doing this portrait, but you can see where the shack is, and then you should be able to see all the mountains behind there. The mist has cleared a little bit. It's a fantastic location, even though we've got sort of industrial units behind us, but you need the seed storage. Yeah, it's up the road, isn't it? We heard about that yesterday. So they store the world's seeds in the mountains somewhere. Where are you actually living in this place you're at? Well, hotels. So we're here for a week, and the hotels are actually up the road, up that way somewhere. And there's three of us staying in a fantastic place called Mary Ann's Polar Rig. I think it used to house miners or something like that, but it's it's very unique. Polar bears on the wall wearing boxing gloves, and just the staff are fantastic. So they're great. There we go, and those mountains again. How's that? Right, so I put this on for Pete originally, 2E0SQL. You still there, Pete? Is this it? No, it's just a small area of the island. It's pretty big. But we flew from London over to Oslo, then got another flight up from there. So it takes a while to get here. But hello from Spain. Yeah, hiya. I don't know about you, but I think we want to look at the mountains again, don't you? You get a better view of the mast from here. Rob's been about halfway up there. You can see the flag flying up there. That's the flag that Rob put up. And the mist has been there all day, but it's just cleared as we started this, so that's excellent. Yeah, I couldn't go too far away from the shack. I just saw the comment on video quality. Couldn't go too far away from the shack because they've got Wi-Fi and broadband there, which we really didn't think we were going to get. But turns out they've got very good 3G up here as well. So most of us have got 3G access. Right, last time down the gap, and we'll have a quick look. At least you have a mast. Yeah, we do. We have a mast with well, 2 HF beams on there. There's a 6 metre one as well, and hanging off it there's 40 metres, 30 metres, 80 metres, dipoles or slopers hanging off there as well. So it's pretty well covered. And let's go back up to the mountains again. I wonder if I can zoom. I can. There we go. So I can zoom a little bit and you can see the mountains. I'll answer that one in a second, Pete, because we'll go in and have a look at that antenna switch again. What's the time? What is there and why? Love that question. All right, we're radio amateurs. Just come to a remote place, relatively remote place, to play some radio. And contacting people all over the world. Sorry, nearly dropped my phone. There we go. That's the mountains. Right, Pete, let's do that antenna question. We'll wander back in. Really much warmer than we thought it was going to be, even if it is 7 or 8 degrees. I understand about -30 during the winter. But nice and cosy in here anyway. So Pete, let's go and answer that question and have a look at the antenna switch. So we've got, there we go. So you can see the beam 10 to 12 metres, that's one of them, and then 15, 17 and 20 is the other. Then we've got the vertical that was just outside the shack, 6 to 40, and then the two slopers, and on the bottom the 30 metre dipole. We've actually got two of those up. And if you come over here, then there's another switch that does exactly the same thing. So it automatically locks out between the two radios. Yeah, we don't think, yeah, it doesn't do 20, does it? So that's why the vertical dipole went up. But we were working a lot of Japanese stations last night, and US stations as well. So the usual quarter wave, no, vertical dipole is working extremely well. Yes, I think it is, Pete. I think it's a 6x2. They've also got some, it comes with band filters here. We haven't used them because we're using the Doom Stars. But there's a whole load of stuff that comes with the shack. And other stuff over here as well. Oh, Dom's got, Dom's running HF APRS on his 706 Mark II. So if you can do that, Pete, that might I want to see the girls. Yeah, see, that's the problem with ham radio trips. It's 6 of the guys. There's another 3 that are out on the Barentsburg trip today. But there we go. These folks are still busy. Right, there we go. How's that? Is that enough? Pete, have you seen enough? Playing A side and B side at the seaside. What does that mean? Yeah, okay, Pete. All right, okay. So I'm going to finish now, and we might do this again.
A very definite layer of cloud.
Yeah, Rob's just looking at the cloud out the window now. It is a fantastic place to operate because you can just look out the window. I'm not even going to answer that one. Yeah, well, we're on the air anyway on 20 and 17, but I think the conditions should pick up a little bit. We were looking at the solar conditions and they really weren't very favourable. What kind of radio? Well, if you're a radio amateur, let's go for this then. So we've got an Ellicraft K3 here, and over there we've got another K3, but that's with, so Dom's running a K3 and with a KPA 500 as well. So yeah, 17 metres is definitely dead here as well, Pete. Although Rob's working 1 or 2 on CW, but we didn't get, I worked a couple on SSB, but most of the action this morning was on 20. So, and the other radio over here, that was a 1000 MP Mark V, so 200 watt job. Comes with micro ham controller, and the PC in the corner there comes with the shack and rotator. There we go. That's it, I think. Any music? Ah, well, occasionally to keep us entertained. But most of the time at the moment, Morse code, as I said, going on. Just conditions are really bad. Right, okay, I think that's just about it. I feel in the mood for another coffee. So thanks, folks, and I'll see how I cut you off. Cheers.